How's it going, everybody, and welcome to our Week 9 predictions video. We're getting this out a little bit late. Sorry about that. But here's what happened last week. I finished with a 13-3 record. Gunnar finished with a 12-24 record, bringing the season total to 78-44. And then Gunnar's still in the lead at 80-42. We have a couple teams on bye this week, but we kick things off between the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Titans... Derrick Henry still obviously awesome. Their offense has been kind of hit or miss this year. The offense that hasn't really been hitting has been Pittsburgh. I hate Matt Canada. I feel like everyone does. George Pickens can only carry that offense so much. So I picked the Tennessee Titans.
I also picked the Titans.
All right. Next up, we have a German game today, so Guten Tag, between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs coming off of a bad loss against the Denver Broncos finally. I feel like whenever Gunnar and I say, oh, we shouldn't worry about this game, the other team ends up winning, so, like, who knows anymore. The Dolphins still look like a great team. You know, they put away the Patriots last week pretty easily, but they still haven't beat a team with the winning record since week 3 of last year, which is insane. So for that reason, I'm just going based off of like nothing based on stats and just pure superstition. Give me the Chiefs in this one.
Yeah, the Chiefs are due for their bounce back week. Give me the Chiefs.
I know they're angry over that loss. All right, next up we have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Both of these teams are going to be starting their backup quarterbacks this week. We have Jaren Hall for the Vikings and then Taylor Heineke with the Falcons. It sucks that Kirk Cousins had a season-ending injury. They're still out Justin Jefferson. The Falcons decided to make a change at quarterback. I really like Heineke. He's a solid backup. So if I'm going to pick a team to win, give me the Falcons. But I hope Minnesota does well once Josh Dobbs starts next week. But give me the Falcons in this one.
Yeah, I also the Falcons rookie QB who was drafted really late. He's not going to do anything.
No, but best of luck to you, Jaren Hall. All right, next up, we have a really good game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Baltimore Ravens. The Seahawks, they weren't clicking a lot last week. I know their defense played very well, but they were able to beat the Browns. The Ravens continue to look like one of the best teams in the AFC right now. I really like them. Their running game last week was just really great.
Almost choked.
Almost did, but they didn't. So both of these teams, a lot to look forward to in this matchup. Gunnar, who do you have?
I will take the Seattle Seahawks.
Gunnar has the Seattle Seahawks. I am going to take the Baltimore Ravens just because I think that they are a better team than the Seahawks, but wouldn't be surprised if the Seahawks win. All right, next up, we have a very bad game between the Arizona Cardinals and the Cleveland Browns. With Arizona trading Josh Dobbs to the Vikings this week, Clayton Tune will be their starter this week. I don't know if Deshaun Watson is playing. I think he is, right?
Yeah.
He is. All right, Deshaun Watson is coming back. I hope he gets injured again because I hate Deshaun Watson. This just smells of an easy Browns win to me.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Browns.
Sounds like a good choice. I don't know what the Cardinals are doing, but it's a tank here. All right, next up we have the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Green Bay Packers. As we're recording this, I just got the notification Brett Rippon will be the starting quarterback for the Rams this week. The Packers continue to look terrible. I mean, Jordan Love is not the guy. Unless if you give him short field, he's going to throw a lot of dumb interceptions. I don't like him. However, I do think that the Packers are due for a bounce back win. So give me my upset of the week. Give me the Green Bay Packers over the Los Angeles Rams. Gunnar, who do you have?
I'm going to take the Rams, even though they got receivers. They don't have running backs or their quarterback, but we'll see.
All right. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Houston Texans. The Texans losing to the winless Carolina Panthers last week. I still like CJ Stroud. I still think he's playing well. They did not put up a lot of points last week. The Buccaneers have been on a 5-game losing streak. What is going on? They lost in primetime against the Bills last week. Their offense was getting pretty dominated throughout most of the game, even though they were able to sneak in a little comeback at the end. I think the Buccaneers are a significantly better team than the Texans right now, even though they have been on a skid. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think they're gonna bounce back for once. They looked alright against Buffalo in the final drive.
Yeah, they had some flashes, so give us the Buccaneers. All right, next up, we have the Washington Commanders taking on the New England Patriots. Now, both of these teams are missing a lot of key players on defense. The Patriots lost Matt Judon and Christian Gonzalez earlier this season, and the Commanders just traded away Montez Sweat and Chase Young before the deadline last week. I mean, this just smells like a New England win to me. I feel like this is a team that lost a lot of morale with their key pieces on defense. I feel like they're definitely going to miss that because their secondary is not good. At least they still have Deron Payne. Give me the New England Patriots in this one.
I'm taking the Commanders. Their offense looks hot, so we'll see if they stay like that.
All right. Next up, we have Chi City taking on the New Orleans Saints. Both of these teams are trying to find their identity right now, especially the Bears losing in primetime last week against the Chargers. Tyson Bagent, I'm sorry, buddy. I mean, it's not like you're going to be the starter, but I do like him. I like their receiving core. They just picked up Montez Sweat and they signed him to a huge deal also. He's a good piece. I know they want to add more to their defense because if their offense isn't going to score, they at least need to hold the other team's offense. So I think that was a good piece for them. New Orleans, they've actually been playing pretty decent recently. I like Rashid Shaheed, excuse me. He is a very cool name. Derek Carr's been playing okay. You know, I feel like the Saints have a good chance at winning this game, so give me New Orleans.
I am also taking the Saints. They're gonna steamroll, hopefully.
I wonder when Justin Fields will come back. Probably next week. All right, next up we have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Carolina Panthers. Congratulations, Carolina. You won a game. There are no more winless teams in the National Football League, but don't be fooled. This team is not good. Adam Thielen's been playing pretty well. I like Adam Thielen a lot. But there's only so much this offense can do. Bryce Young has not been playing very well this season. I know he was a rookie being thrown into a big role on a team that doesn't really help him a lot, but you know, it's the same Panthers. They're going to need a while. The Colts have been pretty hit or miss this season. Gardner Minshew, I like him a lot. He's a solid backup with Anthony Richardson missing. Give me the Colts in this one. Gunnar, who do you have?
I have the Colts. Their offense looks hot. They just have a bad defense, but going against a trash offense.
Their run game's been great this season. All right, next up we have the New York Giants taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are in deep trouble right now. Like, they are in huge trouble. Just this past week, they fired their head coach, their general manager, and their offensive coordinator were all canned, which is crazy. This is a team they're looking to rebuild. They just announced also that Aiden O'Connell will be their starting quarterback moving forward, which I think is an interesting choice. Jimmy Garoppolo at one point was leading the league in interceptions. I think it's Patrick Mahomes now. You know, he has not been playing well. I know Devontae Adams is very frustrated. Josh Jacobs hasn't been doing a whole lot. The Giants, I know they're in a lot of turmoil too. At least they're getting Daniel Jones back this week, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, Daniel Jones will be back this week. So I think the Giants will get a win. This Raiders team is very dysfunctional right now. They need to find their place. Give me the New York Giants. Gunnar, who do you have?
I have the Giants.
Yeah, poor Raiders fans. All right, next up we have a great NFC East matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are currently the best team in the league right now, record-wise, at a 7-1 record. The Cowboys have also been playing very well. They have what, 3 losses, something like that. They're still a good team. I mean, hey, their defense is still great. Dak Prescott's been playing a little bit better. He had a great game last week. CeeDee Lamb putting up Pro Bowl numbers also. It was insane, that connection. And I know they were playing against Arizona. Or not Arizona. Who were they playing against last week?
The
Rams. Yeah, they steamrolled the Rams. I mean, there's no contest about that. At the end of the day, though, I feel like Philly's offense has been doing a little bit worse recently. I mean, they're still great. They're still winning games. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I feel like they're having a lot less production recently. So, Gunnar, this is an interesting matchup. Who do you have?
I'm taking my upset of the week. I'm picking the Cowboys over the Eagles.
Gunner's picking the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles just because I do think that they are the better team overall. But yeah, this is a huge game with huge implications for the division. All right, next up, we have our Sunday night football game between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, I mean, we have Joe Burrow's regular terrible start to the season. He is back. That offense is shining. Their defense is so freaking good this year, especially Trey Hendrickson has been a beast. Being lined up against Deion Dawkins will be an interesting matchup to watch this week. Buffalo, they are having a lot of question marks on offense, but thankfully they were able to win last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so their defense was playing well for the majority of the game. They just added Rasul Douglas to their roster in the trade, which I absolutely love as a Bills fan, and filled a dire need for this team. This game is huge. This is a must-win for both teams, but especially for Buffalo if they want a chance in the playoffs. With how they've been playing recently, they have to win this week. Gunnar, who do you have?
I have the Bills.
Gunnar has the Bills. If we're looking at production recently, I think the Bengals have been better, so I'm taking Cincinnati this week, but don't count out Buffalo's offense. When they hit in stride, I mean, they can put up some really, really amazing plays. Not to mention, hopefully they have, that fire under them from the playoff loss last week, but I'm taking Cincinnati in this game. And finally, we have our Monday night football game between the Los Angeles Chargers and the New York Jets. The Chargers able to just completely manhandle the Bears in primetime last week. The Jets, they've been doing okay. They won a very ugly punt fest against the New York Giants because of their incompetence. So they've been hanging in. I don't know why they're hanging in games. They just are. Their defense is bailing them out. Zach Wilson has not been playing well. Dalvin Cook hasn't done anything this year either. It is the Breece Hall show on that offense. At the end of the day, though, we're looking at which team is better. I think the Chargers offense can be okay against the Jets defense, so I'm going to take the Los Angeles Chargers in this one.
I have the Chargers. The Jets looking to lose. They're due for one.
All right, and with that, we finish our Week 9 prediction video. Sorry it took so long for those of you who were wondering, but we have all of our games. We have 5 differences this week, so it's going to be crazy. This will be huge in determining, who's going to be in the lead. I can't believe it's Week 9 already. Make sure you guys let us know what upsets you have in the comments, and we'll see you guys in the next one.